Holy shit, it is happening. And the general public isn't going to know until they're actually using it without knowing it. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make the complex simple. We do videos every single day on social media platforms to help people understand what's actually happening. In today's video, I'm going to break down how PayPal launched their own stablecoin backed by the US dollar. And I'm going to show you how we are moving towards a cashless society. Problem, reaction, solution. The general public has no idea. They're so busy trading time for money, they don't have time to pay attention. So I'm proud of you for paying attention, because this could be the biggest shift in generational wealth in history. And we've helped over 7,000 warriors worldwide. Now, I want to be very clear. If anybody's proactively DMing you, that is not us. Those are all scammers. We do not invest people's money. We have an education academy where we've helped people break free from this just over broke system. Since 2020, 7,000 people. If you're watching this on social, it'll be linked in my bio here, the Warrior Academy. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, down below in the description. I also am a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states teaching people Index Universal Life, tax code 7702, and how to get tax-free retirement. So that's in the description of this video or in my bio, where you can set up a free consultation. We will never proactively DM you and ask you for money. So those are all scammers. Just want to put that out there. All right, so let's dive right into it. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and let's get to this video. So PayPal launches a stable coin in the latest crypto payment push. This is really, really important to understand what is happening. And I'm going to show you on the back end of this video, as we break down Hong Kong and China, how they're transitioning from cryptocurrency was a fraud, shutting down miners, to now making it part of their monetary system. We are now, remember, first they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it. The resistance phase is so that we don't run to sovereignty in the monetary system. Remember, Bitcoin was created in 2009, right when the BRICS countries were created. And nobody knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. I think you're going to be pleasantly, I don't know if it'd be pleasantly, I think you're all going to be very, very shocked when you understand that this was all set up by the same people. Just my opinion, right? This is a switch in a monetary system. You will be on a central bank digital currency in the next 10 years. Your banks will custody your crypto. So everybody who's telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud and you are a fool for investing in it, we will see in the next 10 years the exact same people using the technology without even knowing it. So be very, very careful. Use discernment. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Make sure you have an exit plan from 2024 to 2025. Exit the market, secure, compound, and grow your wealth. Okay, so PayPal launches a stablecoin in latest crypto payments push. PayPal USD will be pegged to the dollar, issued by Paxos Trust. Stablecoins have yet to take off in consumer payment sector. So PayPal is rolling out stablecoin, the first by a large financial company, and potentially significant boost to the sluggish adoption of digital token payments. PayPal, issued by Paxos, a fully backed by the US dollar deposit, short-term treasuries, and similar cash equivalents, the San Jose, California-based payments company said on Monday. Now, we have to pay attention to what's happening. Now, remember, MicroStrategies increased their position in Bitcoin heavily on the back end of 2022, as they told us cryptocurrency is completely fraudulent, right? Not MicroStrategies, but the government and the powers to be. As we went into 2023, Q1, BlackRock increased their position in Bitcoin, or excuse me, in MicroStrategies. Vanguard increased their position in MicroStrategies. And then all of a sudden, BlackRock applies for an ETF, and then it starts going through the approval process. So what you're about to see now is the regulation and joining phase. The BIS gave recommendations to the G20. G20 meets in September. I believe we're going to see a massive capital market collapse and pullback in the back end of 2023, September going into December, which is going to create amazing buying opportunities. Then we're going to hit the Bitcoin halving. We're going to go parabolic straight up. And that's when you need to have an exit plan. So this next is May 24th, 2023. Hong Kong regulator to issue crypto licenses with retail investor guardrails. So remember, they went from all cryptocurrencies a fraud, you can't invest in cryptocurrency, to now creating regulation, guardrails. So Hong Kong securities regulator said its crypto licensing regime will include measures to protect retail investors as it brings in tougher rules. I want you to pay attention. I want you to write this down. Protect retail investors. This will be the media narrative to get you to use the regular financial institutions. There's a reason why the FOMC committee was created in 2012, the Future Oversight Committee, to regulate non-bank financial institutions. They knew that our system was becoming extremely over-leveraged, and at some point the public would start to wake up to it. And then basically what they're going to do is they're going to take you from a physical dollar to a digital dollar. And the reason they're going to call the digital dollar is so that it's familiar to us and it feels the same, which it's very, 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 very different. A physical dollar I can hand to you and nobody knows we transacted that. A digital dollar, if I hand that to you through the ethers of the system, they can track that, right? That's where we're heading to, guys. That's where we're heading to. So there's going to be the working poor is going to get wiped out. There's going to be the working poor. There's going to be no middle class, and there's going to be very, very wealthy. There's going to be a massive wealth gap. You think the wealth gap is big now? The industrial era is dying, moving down to the working poor. And there's those of us who are investing in this innovative technology are going to bring the resources back to the people. All right, so this was on August 5th, 2023. China just made a significant game-changing move that could be about to hit the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Doge, Tron, Polygon, and Solana, the top 10 cryptos. I brought this up to you guys, but I just wanted to show you these stories that are coming out that are changing the game. The first license were awarded this week to the Bitcoin and crypto exchanges Hashkey and OSL, allowing them to serve retail customers in the city of Hong Kong. Okay, I apologize there. In the city of Hong Kong. A Hashkey spokesperson said exchange successfully underwent simplification process to obtain license upgrade to expand its business scope from serving professional investors to retail users. So now we're moving down into retail. Okay. So first it was all fraudulent. Your financial advisor fudded you out of crypto. Your tax accountant fudged you out of crypto because they were just parroting information as the institutions and the government were setting up their own blockchain technologies to move us into a digital dollar. Okay. So now you're going to see the narrative start to change. The narrative, that's why I had you write down protection. It's all going to be about protecting you. Problem, reaction, solution. Whoever creates the problem creates a reaction is the same person that comes up with the solution. So Hong Kong's new crypto license could cost exchanges a pretty penny. So what's going to happen is, I think it's called, people have called it Operation Choke Point. I think it is. I don't have a lot of details on that, but the understanding that I have of what they're most likely going to do is they're going to make it very difficult to transact, right, in cryptocurrency. So there'll be certain entry points and exit points, and that would be the way that you would control this monetary system called cryptocurrency. Is only the exchanges that have a master account through the Federal Reserve, only the exchanges that become regulated by the Federal Reserve will be able to operate their cryptocurrency exchanges, right? So if they don't play by the rules, they won't be able to play, and they'll make it very difficult for us to move our money on and off of the exchanges that aren't playing within the system. So how are you going to transact within this world? Because you may think they won't be able to do that unless we all break off and become multi-trillionaires and create our own financial system. We know that the bankers control the monetary system, right? It's not the president of the United States making decisions. It's the bankers making the decisions. So we kind of have to figure out our way through the system and figure out where this is going. That's how I do my investments. I'm not doing based on emotion. I'm doing it based on facts, figures, numbers, logic. So Hong Kong securities regulators to accept license applications for crypto exchanges starting June 1st. It just keeps coming, but I'm going to take you back a little bit. For the World Economic Forum, which we know is one of the largest organizations that brings the wealthiest people in the world together in Davos every single year, who are the people who make the decisions for our world and our countries and our businesses. And we know Larry Fink sits on the board of trustees, who's the head of the largest asset manager in the world. And the board of trustees' mission is to move the mission and purpose of the World Economic Forum. And they want a cashless society, and they want you to own nothing and rent everything by 2023. So if you check this out, this was the benefits of a cashless society. This was an article in the World Economic Forum on January 7th, 2020, where they break down the first recognizable coins were produced in China 3,000 years ago. If you visit China today, however, there's a strong chance you'll see people paying for things using facial recognition on their phones. This is a radical shift, but it's just the beginning of the cash revolution. So this was interesting. So this was on March 15th, 2023, which was 3 years later. A digital currency becoming more popular. Could we be seeing the end of cash? It's hidden in plain sight. They're literally giving you the hint over and over again, okay? A lot of organizations or businesses that you go to are no longer using cash. We know that Commonwealth Bank in Australia went cashless with their branches. And basically, if you're part of a bank and they stop it, so for example, Chipotle, I think, stopped accepting cash, right? everybody was pissed about it, but you still go to Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? Like, we resist these things and then we start using our cards, right? So it's like we have these immediate reactions, but then the same people complaining are still eating at Chipotle, right? So it's like, you know, the whole Target thing that happened, everybody resisted Target, and then slowly everybody starts going back to Target, right? We forget that these things are reactions to shock the system, to change consumer behaviors. So Sweden, Brazil, and China are amongst a handful of countries seeing an increasing cashless society with digitization of money. Analysts suggest a general correlation between high interest rates and less cash circulation. Boom, here we go. That's what I wanted to show you guys here. So it's not by chance, family, that America printed a bunch of money since 2012, specifically 2020 to 2022, and then shut the printing machine off and raised interest rates at the exact same time FedNow services come in. Let me explain this. So Obama's plan in 2012, the rescue plan, at the same time where Rosie Rios in 2012 was told to reduce coin and cash usage. She couldn't reduce coin and cash usage because the printing machine was turned on full blast, which increased GDP. Okay. She said, you need a shock to the system to change consumer behaviors. We had a shock to the system, which allowed them to turn the printing machines on full blast, a Cantillon effect. It starts at the top and it dwindles down to us. We get our stimulus checks. Everything was all screwed up. So that gives us a great reason to create a FedNow services, which is 24/7, 7 days a week. And if you need a stimulus check because the middle class is getting wiped out, leveraged towards the working poor, they'll get you a stimulus check on the FedNow services, getting you used to using a digital wallet. The pandemic allowed us to shut down branches, go more digital, changed consumer behavior. So then we roll into 2022. They start raising interest rates through the roof, crashing the general public. Inflation goes up, and high interest rates allows less cash in circulation. Banks are over leveraged. They don't have liquidity. Think about this for just a moment. Pay attention. They raise it up. There's not cash in circulation. Boom, they switch you to a digital dollar, and they give you your stimulus check on a digital dollar that is now a qualified direct deposit with your local bank. That money shoots in the local bank, and that money is a deposit on your balance sheet, which they take and lend it 9 times over. And then velocity of money picks up, and then way more money is in the system. And then a billion becomes a trillion, and billionaires will be the next millionaire. Mark my word. This will age very, very well. Okay, why governments seek to eliminate cash. This is from Investopia. It says cash can play a role in criminal activities such as money laundering and allow for tax evasion. Guys, listen to the narrative. Write down the narratives I'm telling you. Just pay attention to what the media is about to do. Using digital money prevents transfer of physical money, and all transactions are handled by computers on the internet. The United States and financial institutions that receive cash deposits for more than 10,000 must report to the IRS, making tracking and tracing illegal activities easier. The Federal Reserve has been exploring the use of a central bank digital currency. They are not exploring. We are moving into a central bank digital currency. Okay. So if you take a look here, this is from the ECB, the European Union. I think it's European Union, ECB, right? So basically the banking system, they did this a survey, and I wanted to read this to you. It says participants with some awareness tending to be over 25 years old had a little bit of awareness of a digital currency in the ECB. Awareness was marginally higher among the tech savvy, but still low overall. Even fewer participants had a clear idea of what the digital euro was. There's a reason why I'm reading this to you. I'll explain in just a moment. Believing the digital euro to be cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, some assumed it was a digital version of cash. General public participants with some awareness of the digital world were likely to have heard about it from the media, TV, press, or online on the internet. Okay, so how are they going to get us to pay attention? Safety, security, protection. Write that down. Safety, security, protection. The narrative you're about to hear now, because of 2022, Celsius collapse, FTX collapse, a stablecoin collapse. So they told you cryptocurrency is fraudulent. So you need help. You need guardrails. You need regulation. So they start with the Bank of International Settlements, which is the Bank of Banks, the BIS. The BIS is giving global recommendations. The G20 is meeting in September, which is going to get those recommendations. Then we'll have global regulation recommendations. And then what they're going to do is they're going to come up with a framework for the globe. They're all going to launch a central bank digital currencies. The US dollar will eventually lose its dominance power, which is happening right now. It's being handed over. And then we'll have a bag of currencies that regulates the currencies. Money will move 24/7, 7 days a week. Supply chain will move much faster, and the financial borders will drop down. Okay. Then it will be more of a battle of data, information, and attention. It's moving from gas, oil, fiat currency to digital, information, and attention. That is going to be the new battleground, okay? It's going to be those who can get the most attention, those who can get the most data and information are going to be the wealthiest people in the world. That is the transition that's happening. So I hope this information reaches you well. So take a deep breath. We need to transmute this chaotic energy into activity, okay? In the beginning and the end, you need to activate. You need to start creating a budget. You need to free up cash flow. Take that cash flow that you would have spent anyways on junk and shit and go down to one car, maybe take public transportation and invest in these speculative assets if you choose to, but have an exit plan in 2024 to 2025. When you exit, diversify. I'm diversified across crypto, leverage life insurance, business, precious metals, and we're going into real estate next year. We're going to start to go, when I mean vertical, we're going to be looking at apartment complexes and multifamily because interest rates are so high. People are going to be reducing the size of their homes. They're training you to do tiny homes. They're training you to be a minimalist, all right? They don't want you to own anything, right? So we're going to get into getting into homes, like multiple housing, right? That's where it's too expensive to buy a house now, right? The owning a home is for the rich man and rich woman now. That's just facts, figures, numbers, logic. I don't make the rules, but I'm understanding how to play the rules and bring the money and resources back to my people, okay? Sovereignty is here and sovereignty is here. You're already free. You're already healthy. You're already wealthy. You're already abundant. You have to accept that. You're disconnected from your nervous system through your food, through the information, through the vibrational frequency of the music you're listening to, through the bound by time, trading time for money. Then you don't have time to pay attention. You're waiting for the weekend, right? We need to move into using money to free up time and then doing things you love to create a frequency and vibration and become magnetism. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Everything's in the description down below of this video, or if you're on social, it's in the bio here. And we'd love to meet you. Talk to you soon. Warriors! Rise, get your shit together. Let's go.